Good morning, everybody. My name is David Radikop, and every Monday morning I release This Week in Nerd News to our team, and have done so for the past year and then some. And as of today, we're releasing it to the public as well via my YouTube channel, and you can also check it on our blog. And I just, in 5 minutes or less, cover news that are worthy of our attention. So first story is about this phishing email attack that's targeting remote workers. And this should be no surprise to us because the cyber criminals are going to go where the security is weakest, which is in our home internet connection, our home networks typically. So it's worthy for us to pay attention here and beef up the security a little bit on the home front as well. And Marcin Klasinski published a notice on Twitter last week about how Malwarebytes was being targeted, and the same actors that attacked SolarWinds. And so we actually have a Malwarebytes blog article that details it in much more detail here as well. And this is alarming, to say the least. This is very, very heavy. But the amount of effort that cyber criminals are willing to go through to affect and infect the supply chain is noteworthy. And there are things that we can do, which is obviously beefing up our own security, but that's what it boils down to. And in the same vein, we had a Sonic Wall appliance, the SMA 1000 series, that is still under investigation for a vulnerability that they believe was vulnerable to a 0-day, and that was used for lateral movement even inside of Sonic Wall's own network. And so this is the appliance here that is impacted. So if you have one of these or know someone, it's worthy to really keep very close attention on the development here. And in Britain, there were laptops that were preloaded with the remote access worm. They believe that this is not widespread, but it sounds to me like the news is still developing. So it'll be interesting to see how many will come preloaded with malware. But even if they aren't preloaded with malware, we have seen in our organization so many students' computers being loaded with malware after the fact. When there is indiscriminate research and browsing on the internet with not even the slightest filter of some kind, then it's simply a high risk to be online. It's an infected web. And so putting the very least and smallest amount of boundaries like filtering is essential in order to reduce this kind of risk. And we should not have been surprised that the Microsoft Remote Desktop Protocol would become a tool in the arsenal of distributed denial of service offers. These are stressors, as they call them. Stressor services. These are cyber criminals that offer to amplify an attack. And in this case, the ratio is over 85 to 1. That means, imagine if you had to fire one bullet, but out of that bullet came out 85 more. That is how powerful the amplification attack is with Microsoft RDP. And the answer to this, our first answer is we should not have remote desktop protocol exposed to the internet to begin with. Yes, there is a way to secure it. Yes, there is a way to make sure that the authentication weaknesses of the past are mitigated and patched and so forth. But it's better to just have another layer of security. And so we're looking forward to helping you with that. And finally, did you know that the beeper is a tool that now will be bringing iMessage right to your desktop? And it's kind of neat, but there is a catch. And that catch is that you will need to have a rooted, jailbroken iPhone in order for it to become the bridge for your iMessage. So it's not that Apple opened up the ecosystem for third-party iMessage integrations, but rather that the iMessage ecosystem is hacked by a broken or jailbroken iPhone. That's the news for this week. See you next Monday. Bye-bye.